Welcome everyone to the global mission of the church. So glad to have you in ML 632 with me. Here's our title slide. We've got a picture of the books here and a picture of planet Earth. And this is our course introduction video. I'm going to tell you some highlights of the syllabus. I would urge you to read the syllabus. That will help you, but it sometimes helps to hear orally some highlights. So the general discussion forum is a way that I will communicate with you. You'll get emailed in that way, and you can also email someone else, or the class that is, if you want to do that for some reason through the general discussion forum. You're welcome to reply to me, or you can reply to me by email. Posts, your papers for this course will be posts. They won't be Microsoft Word or PDF, but rather you will paste the text into a forum post, and those will be due on Friday nights, and then 2 replies will be due by Monday evening at 11:55 Central Standard Time. I've tried to estimate how long things should take you in terms of reading and writing for this course. The pattern is you'll read something, you'll watch a video, a YouTube video of me like this, and then you'll write a little bit, and then you'll reply to some classmates. We'll also have 4 online synchronous sessions. In the synchronous sessions, it'll be an opportunity to chat, to talk about the topics. We'll do some case studies, some polling, to see what you're learning and to hear from you all. You can skip them if you would like, but you will still be required to watch the recording and write a half-page response. So you can take this course asynchronously without any of the synchronous sessions, but we would love to have you. With WebEx, probably you have a laptop or a desktop computer of some kind. Most laptops come with a webcam and a mic. And if yours happens to not have that because it's really old or something, or it's a desktop, you can get a USB webcam for about $20 from Amazon, or a USB microphone for about $20. Also, WebEx does have a mobile app, so you can participate with us with your iPad or your tablet, your Chromebook, that kind of thing. I have on here a mistake, what the password will be. I'll provide the password once we get an idea of when those WebEx sessions will be. All right. I will send you a doodle survey, and we'll figure out when most people can meet for those sessions. We'll try to get a time that most people can meet. There's a consistent pace for this course. They're small papers. So I think this is incorrect. So I'm going to pause the video right here and check. No, this is actually absolutely correct. These are 1.5 to 2 page papers. They're short. So basically you can look forward to about weekly responses that are about 1.5 to 2 pages to your reading. So that will be most of the course. So it is not really long papers, but it's consistent each week. I think it's a good habit to be in, to read and to write just a bit each week. The books for this course. Jim Collins' business book. Those of you in transformational leadership, masters in transformational leadership, will be familiar with a lot of the business literature. Maybe you're familiar with Jim Collins and his book, Good to Great, or Built to Last, or How the Mighty Fall. This is Great by Choice, his most recent book, and he does some comparison between companies that have thrived and comparison companies which have not done as well. These are businesses, but there are some really great lessons for other organizations as well, parachurch organizations or churches And so late in the course, we will look at how to run great organizations. So global mission of the church, but we'll really look at what are some characteristics of great churches or great global organizations, and we'll draw upon Jim Collins and read him alongside some biblical theological literature about organizations as well. All right. You'll also read Samuel Escobar's book, The New Global Mission. Again, this is later in the course. Escobar has a lot of experience in student ministry. I actually talk about all of these required resources in the syllabus. But Escobar really talks about how there are people from all countries going to all countries, and he explores the international dimensions of global mission, going from everywhere to everywhere. Dana Robert gives this great history of how Christianity is spread. She is one of the preeminent missiologists and church historians of missiology and of missions. And so this is a great book on how the global church and mission has operated over the last number of centuries. Then you will have a choice of reading either Leslie Newbegin's book, The Gospel in a Pluralist Society. He was a missionary in India and then came back to the UK and thought about what does it mean to be a missionary in Western society, in a pluralist society, in a society that's skeptical about Christian faith. Or you can read the latest book by Tim Keller, Making Sense of God. This is a very good book as well. And he is in some ways a good example of somebody who is doing mission in that pluralist context. So you can read either Newbegin or Keller. They're both somewhat apologetics works. We'll talk about that realm of literature later in the course as well. So you have that choice. Okay, late in the syllabus, you can see my notes about how to write. The big thing I want to emphasize there is that I really prize people citing page numbers. Show me that you are interacting with the readings. So here at the beginning of the course, you are looking at Dallas Willard and Karl Barth and some books about some David Bentley Hart. So like in parentheses, you'll have like Hart, page or Hart 23 in parentheses. Just in-text citation is fine when you're citing from the resources that you're assigned. So that gives me an idea when I'm grading papers to see that you are drawing on the course readings, being stimulated by them, you're reflecting on them, that kind of thing. So I explain that more in the syllabus if you want to look at what I mean. All right, before I talk more about the course, should I do my introductions? Sure, we'll do introductions now. So for me, you can call me Andy, Professor Rowell, Dr. Rowell. I have 3 kids, Ryan in 7th grade, Jacob in 4th grade, and Allie in 2nd grade. And we actually all 3 have basketball practice tonight. I'm coaching Ryan's 7th grade team. Significant geography for me. I grew up in Wheaton, Illinois, went to Taylor University in Indiana. I met my wife there, and then we both did our Master of Divinity at Regent College in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I was a pastor there for 6 years. Then we taught at our alma mater back at Taylor for 2 years, and then I did my doctorate at Duke for 6 years. And this is my 5th year as a professor of ministry leadership at Bethel Seminary. And Amy's a pastor at City Church in Southwest Minneapolis. Let's see here. All right, so let me just tell you a couple other things about a few other assignments. I'll pull up the syllabus here and a few other things that I want to talk about in terms of what to look forward to besides these little papers on reading. So again, I talk a little bit about that. About half should be, or 2/3 should be reflections really oriented in what you have read, and then about another third of your responses should be application and that kind of thing. I've tried to give you really good prompts so that you are getting an idea of what I'm looking for, and also inspired to think about how this might be practical and be applied somehow. All right, I want to tell you about this assignment. You'll be later in the course, and that is a conversation with a non-Christian. And basically, you'll just listen to a non-Christian and hear their reasons why they're not a Christian. And you'll just kind of hear more about their response, why they wouldn't call themselves a Christian. And this is an exercise in listening, and it's really usually a really encouraging experience. So that is something. You will also interview a missionary and a global Christian of some kind. And then you'll just come back and write a brief one-page response about your conversations with that missionary. You can do it over the phone or in person. And then a global Christian, somebody who has lived for a good chunk of their lives in another country and really is very familiar with Christianity in another country. So you'll report back, and that will be helpful fodder for us to reflect on. You'll be doing a little bit of research for us as a class, and we'll draw on each other's work. And then the last assignment in the course is, again, very short. It's just summative. It's the last week of the course, and you'll just reflect back on what you've learned, and you'll apply that to an organization that you are thinking about, like how you'll kind of think back through what we've learned, and you'll try to apply it to perhaps your current organization or place of work, or another one that you're interested in. You'll brainstorm what it might mean for that organization. So again, that's not onerous at all. It shouldn't be. That'll be just a final assignment that you will use to integrate what you've learned throughout the semester. I think that's it. That's all I really want to highlight for you. Let's see here. Can I get, the final slide up here for you? There you go. There's that. That's all, folks. Okay, thanks a lot. I hope that helps you to get a bit oriented about global mission of the church. And you'll be watching some other videos by me, and that will get you into the content of the course. One other thing, I'll just mention that basically we are getting in this course a structure of characteristics which we hope to develop in you and in great global organizations. Beautiful. We want a beautiful, relational, trustworthy, thoughtful, listening, resilient, viral, and experimental, and discipline. So those will be, and then vision, I guess. So you can see those kind of hinted at in the assessed activity weighting in that part of the syllabus, but you'll see the thread, I hope, that we are trying to build up our capacity in those areas. Beautiful, relational, thoughtful, trustworthy, listening, resilient, viral, experimental, disciplined, and visionary. Okay, that's it now. I'm really done now. Happy reading, happy writing. Looking forward to being with you later in the course via webcam. Thanks.